miss, and then the other two are going to run into the doorway, but now they can't get out into the hallway because it's kind of crowded at this point. So, in that area right by the door. So, it is now.
Well, upon hearing us yelling, obviously, I'd run down the hallway. Go down the hallway.
Roll initiative. And Ivan, are you going to do the same?
Yeah.
Where is?
Okay, so both of you roll initiative then.
Blink.
Jeez.
All right, so Ivan, I'm swallowing that bird energized you, and you just sprint down the hallway, and you get to go next.
I was so happy about eating that bird that I'm just going to take a big ol' swing.
Like with your fist?
No, with my great club.
Oh, okay.
So you just take a big old swing and you just clobber the first vine cultist and destroy it. Just crush it into pulp.
See.
Right, and my second attack, I don't have to make that on the same enemy, right?
Nope.
And
so but you can swing at the next one.
I would have to move if there wasn't one right next to him, right?
Yes, but you can do your movement anytime throughout your turn.
Okay.
And you didn't use full movement to get down there, anyways. And they're all close enough that I'm going to say it's at most it's a slight shift to hit the next one. So.
Right. So here's the second one.
Around that door, and you kill the second one.
Jeez.
So Ivan just comes charging down the hallway and just slams one and just crushes it against the wall, and then backhands the other one. And actually, because you did a 23 and a nat damage, you smack the other one actually back into the doorway, and it knocks the other two over.
Sweet.
They don't take any damage, but they're now prone. And it is Oscar's turn. So there's two vine people with a dead one bleeding on top of them in the doorway. Okay. And there's a very large red smear on one of the walls.
And a laughing Ivan, who's just so pleased with himself.
And a somewhat stunned but impressed Cade.
So does this mean if I cast Sacred Flame, it'll hit both of them?
I'll allow it, yeah. Even though technically rules-wise it wouldn't, I'm going to say it can. Okay. All right, and they do get a dex save, but they're at disadvantage. You didn't have to roll twice for either when they failed. And both just get incinerated by radiant light.
What the hell?
So Cade just backs out of a doorway and all of a sudden just... These vine cultists were like, oh, look, a little halfling. They had no idea what was waiting for him out in the hallway. Even though Cade probably could have handled him fine himself anyways.
At the point that...
A bird-riddled adrenaline junkie.
At the point that Ivan ran past me, I just put my sword as like a cane and leaned against it and just watched with a smile.
So actually, Doc and Nick, I'm going to give you both 20 extra experience for that.
Hooray.
I'll take it.
Oh, I wish I made that. I made that really
feel upset by it, but I gotta respect it.
They just eliminated those guys.
I gave you my potion to save your rat. You gave me my bird so that I could kill these guys.
Okay, so now these guys are all dead, and because Nick's attack incinerated them, there's basically just a pile of ashes and one dead one laying in the doorway now. And even it's somewhat scorched. And in the big room beyond, which you weren't able to fully look into because you're kind of standing in the doorway, so obviously like, the corners are out of your vision and stuff. But you could still see that table right straight ahead of you. And it seems to stretch a large portion of the whole room. Are you going to investigate into the room further, or?
Yeah, might as well.
I want to look into the room.
Okay, so you step into the room all the way, and you can tell it's a large dining chamber. On what would be, looking into the room, what would be your left side is a large fireplace. And then just a huge table covered in dust, vines kind of growing over it and stuff. Piles of leaves, all kinds of stuff all over. But it looks like it still is, and it was and still is a very sturdy, very nice table. So obviously a very fancy dining chamber essentially you've found.
Oh, at least we got a nice table.
There is another large doorway to your right, which would be the north side of the room, opposite where the fireplace is, and then and that's pretty much all that's in here.
That's probably the kitchen.
Likely.
Yeah. Could have cooked up that bird, but no need now.
It was fine without it.
No.
Ivan, you feel a slight bit of indigestion, but a quick and a belch get rid of it.
I'm gonna do a perception check, I guess, just to see if there's anything in the room that stands out, and then go from there.
You see something glinting in the fireplace.
I am going to investigate the fireplace.
Glinting.
Okay. As you approach the fireplace, you now see it's very nicely carved out of stone with like little mural depiction things of like wolves and other kinds of stuff all over it. Hunting parties, classic medieval type stuff you'd expect. And sitting in the fireplace is what appears to be some type of sword, although it's somewhat obscured by like leaves and whatnot.
I'm going to grab the sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to look closer at it first. I want to investigate around, just see if there's any like traps or.
Oh yeah, roll an investigation.
Huh?
Roll an investigation. You do notice that there is a sort of stone tile or something that seems to be protruding a tiny bit more right in front of the fireplace. Other than that, you don't see anything else.
Okay, I'm going to make sure.
Push it.
Should I use the rat?
No, don't use the rat. Just push the stone, man.
I'm going to grab for the sword without pushing the stone.
All right, give me a second. I'm trying to use my random generation. It's just not generator. It's not working like at all. Come on. Come on. All right. This random generator I have isn't working. Let me see if I can find a slightly better one.
Oh, I'm supposed to have one more candle. Sad. I should find another one. Where
Nope.
did Cameron go? Oopsies.
You mean bubbles?
Where did Bubbles
Sorry.
go?
I pushed the wrong button.
I noticed.
Yeah, I don't like this generator, so we're gonna.
For some reason, my hand is like dipping into the pocket of my robe where I keep that stone. I'm just gonna like pull it out and hold it for a bit. I think. Does anyone remember that we have these?
the communication
Yes.
stones. I kind
Yeah.
of forgot.
You're just rubbing
I was
it.
gonna say we have one.
I'm holding it. Don't we each have one?
No, we have one stone, and you're holding onto it.
I thought we each got one.
I thought you each got one.
But
I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure that's what the deal was.
No, I don't have one. Not in my inventory. That's something I
Nope.
feel as though I would have added to my
Huh.
inventory.
I have a seal of the city.
Okay,
Yeah, we just had the one stone that we could communicate with.
you see, and you're able to retrieve it and roll a. roll a dexterity check just to make sure you're able to not push the button.
All right. Unskilled dex check. 22.
Yeah, you're fine. You're able to retrieve a long sword. It is definitely, obviously magical, but without spending time to determine what the nature of it is, you don't know what its enchantment is. You can tell it's a magical longsword.
Okay.
And I better write
That
down what
I
it
don't.
is here so that I don't forget later. Okay. All right, other than that, though, there was nothing else obviously in this room.
Okay. Guys want to go through the big door? I got a sword.
Sure.
Okay, so you go through the big door on the other side of the room.
Hold on.
And-
When I look over there, do I see that button?
You do not.
Okay.
I even know it's a button.
There was a button?
He
There's
tells
a
you there's a button.
All right, I'm pushing that button.
Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Straight dex or acrobatics? Athletics?
You can do acrobatics. Okay.
Oh,
The
no,
fireplace.
that was a 5.
The fireplace erupts into flame, and a fireball shoots out, but it misses you and just flies across the room and just hits the wall. And now the fireplace is lit.
Pretty cool fire starter. I used to do same trick at monastery. With my butt.
All right.
Oh,
So you're approaching the doors then, and they are. This one's a double door. They're not really much bigger than the main one coming into the room, but they're maybe a tiny bit bigger, and they're double, and they're slightly ajar.
I'm gonna stealthily peek my head through and see what I can see.
Okay, roll perception.
There you go.
You see what is pretty obviously a kitchen. There's a couple of cooking fireplaces in there, several tables for preparing food and stuff, lots of collapsed, sort of dilapidated barrels and crates and things. And then, but there is one large cabinet against one of the walls that seems to be in really good condition. Otherwise, most everything else seems to be in complete disrepair because most of it is, rotting wood and that kind of stuff.
All right. Hey guys, there's a cabinet. Should I open it?
Sure.
I'm gonna investigate the cabinet.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's
Doc doesn't care.
It's a very nice cabinet. But you kind of lose interest as you start walking over to it, because you see a very interesting pile of rubble off to your left.
Ooh. I'm gonna go.
I can't let you
investigate the
find
pile of
anything
rubble.
with a 6 investigation roll. I'm sorry.
I am going to investigate the pile of rubble.
My friend, do not look at the rubble.
I looked at the rubble.
My friend,
It is.
you made
It is
a
a
poor
pile of
choice.
rubble. There's some really nice wood, shattered wood in it.
You know, it's some rubble. You know, the rubble really ties the room together.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
I want to leave this rubble here when we clean up.
I want to leave this rubble here. Makes the kitchen look really nice.
Okay.
If one of those guards out there cleans up this rubble, they are fired.
Actually, to make that a little bit more sense, I'm going to say that you went to try to open the cabinet. You gave it a quick tug, it didn't open, and then you walked over to investigate the pile of rubble. It makes a bit more sense that